How many human remains does it take to create one Nazca mummy? Cue the music. Okay, this is Manny Moonworker, and this is UFO report number 38. And if you missed it yesterday, we had the report on Unacknowledged from Billy, the co-host contest winner. You can check it out. I mean, I know it's kind of long. It's about 51 minutes or something like that. But you know, Billy brings a lot of information from the blue-collar perspective, which you would like. And also, we came up with an idea to take that book Unacknowledged that he read, which he will autograph, and we are going to open it up so that you, the listening audience, can sign up to also read that same book, autograph it, and then we'll pass it on to the next person that wants to read it. And we'll continue to do that until the book gets back to me one way or another, or it gets intercepted by Greer's rubber diggers and eventually probably destroyed, but hopefully not. I mean, let's be honest, it's still sharing his information, his craziness, so they just need to chill out. So in the meanwhile, let's discuss what we have here today for you guys, because while I was talking to Billy after the show, we had the podcast after the podcast. Well, it wasn't recorded, but I remember. And so what we talked about was the Nazca mummies and Jaime Maussan. Billy said, did you hear anything else yet? I have been looking. I did find an update at one point from Jaime Maussan himself, which was a lot of bull and no substance. But I recently came across something very fascinating and something that we all need to hear regarding the Nazca mummies and the nonsense that basically might just explain why Gaia has been tight-lipped about it since the last episode they did on it about 2 weeks ago. I have an audio clip from a YouTube channel called SkyWatch TV. SkyWatch TV has an episode where they provide the top 5 news things in 10 minutes or so. One of those items from the video published on August the 8th had to do with the Nazca mummies. I'm not going to say anything else, but I'm going to play it for you, so check this out.
Topic number 3, more on the Nazca mummy. This is from a report written by Rodolfo Salas Gismonde from the Department of Vertebrate Paleontology at the Natural History Museum in Lima, Peru. This report titled, "This is the fake alien hand that Maussan's scientists determined anatomically correct and functional." End quote. Now, the report's in Spanish, but you get an idea from the title where he's coming from here. He provides an X-ray, and to their credit, they allowed the mummy to be X-rayed, but the X-rays show that the bones of the mummy's hand is basically fabricated from bones of 2 different individuals, and one of them appears to be a newborn infant. The bones of the fingers are from metacarpals and phalanges of an adult, mixed with the fibulas of a newborn. Fibula is the long bone of the leg. And you can see on this X-ray behind us that you've got a couple of fibula in that top finger up there. A couple of fibula mix in with a metacarpal. Metacarpal's these bones in the hand here. So besides the fact that this is the kind of mistake that people who aren't familiar with human biology would make, it doesn't really say much for the team of experts assembled by Jaime Maussan and his colleagues at Gaia TV. I think enough said about the alien mummy, and we can move on to other things.
So there you go. The answer to the question in the pre-roll is basically 2. You need 2 human bodies contributing to create one Nazca mummy hand. And as you heard in the clip, you had an expert that has put pen to paper and has documented in a report that there were 2 different sets of bones in that hand. One of them, sadly enough, being that of a infant. I'll go back to the question that I had, I believe it was last week. Is this a fraud, a hoax committed by Jaime Maussan, or did this actually occur about 1400 years ago? Was it the people of Nazca that they were trying to mimic something that they believed in? Something from 4.2 far, and they just took remains from some of their people in order to create this. No matter what it is, I can say this much. It is high time that someone holds Jaime Maussan accountable for this nonsense. As a matter of fact, he should give back every goddamn penny that he took from the people that went to go see these stupidities, these dolls that were made up with human remains. That's my opinion. That's the way I feel about it. And I know there are rubber dickers out there who will disagree with that. And again, let's just keep this open. It is very possible that this doctor that wrote this paper is mistaken. Maybe he's wrong. If he did this just from an x-ray, maybe he's 4.2 far. But there's got to be a reason why we're not hearing anything from Gaia regarding the Nazca mummies anymore. Maybe they're just going to quietly step aside and let things blow over. It's been on Tuesdays that they've been giving the updates, and the last one was 2 weeks ago. Maybe we'll have something this Tuesday, but if I was Gaia and I'm presented with this situation, I for damn sure am going to put out a statement to clear the air and let people know what's really going down. If you want to see the video from Sky News TV, check the description, click the link. It's pretty entertaining. He goes over some stuff there. And hey, while you're there, subscribe. They don't know me. I don't know them, but why not, right? I mean, heck, we're all in this together. So check them out.
Hey everybody, this is Dave from the Dave in the Morning Show, and I want to let you know that I tune in every week to listen to a great podcast right here on UFO Buster Radio. That's right, I go to the website ufobusterradio.com and also tune in to all kinds of different platforms. Oh yeah, these guys are going out of this world.
So the next one is absolutely lovely. And it is a blog post about a UFO incident in 1930, which happened in Alabama. The blog is called New York Skies, and it is authored by Cheryl Costa. And if my memory serves me correct, back in the first year of UFO Buster Radio, we came across a different entry by Cheryl Costa on this blog regarding a collection of UFO sightings in New York. I'm pretty sure. But her blog post is currently being published on the Syracuse NewTimes, and I have the link in the description so you can read the entire article. So according to what we have here, the actual UFO sighting account happened in the town of Waterloo, Alabama, which sits in Lauderdale County, and it happened in the late fall of 1930. So the story actually is being told by Jesse, who is the grandchild of the individual that experienced the UFO incident back in 1930. His grandmother was actually a teenager at the time. Jesse says, according to his grandmother, the story went as follows. It was a dark evening, perhaps about 6:30 p.m., and the grandmother and 3 other schoolmates were waiting in a car before an evening play of musical type performances at her school. So they actually were there a bit early and waited for someone to unlock the school doors. So they're sitting in front of the school waiting for someone to get there so they can, enjoy their evening of music. So apparently shortly after pulling up by the school, the people in the car saw a bright light that looked like a ball of fire. According to Jesse, his grandmother was in the back driver's side seat and said that the light was approaching from the rear passenger side. Everyone apparently at the time assumed it was either a flashlight or a car headlight. Unfortunately, the lights continued to get brighter, and it got so bright that it filled the interior of the car. Jesse's grandmother described it as bright as daylight. So just listening to the story, automatically you think, well, it's a shooting star and maybe it's a meteor coming down. It'll probably just fly over and bada bing, bada boom, it's over. That's it. But that's not how the story continues. According to Jesse, his grandmother said that the bright light was a glowing ball about the size of a basketball when it finally made it along the vicinity of the vehicle. It was floating by the car, about 2 to 3 feet away. Jesse also says that she said it moved forward on the passenger side about a foot above the ground, and it moved at the speed of a slow walk, and it was completely and utterly silent. Jesse said his grandmother explained that her friend and herself were so terrified that neither of them could move to get out of the vehicle. The story continues in that she related to him that there were 2 boys in the car that actually got out and followed the glowing ball of fire into the woods. A few moments later, the boys came back and had indicated to them that the ball of fire had disappeared and they lost it in the woods. What's great about this story is that it wasn't just Jesse's grandmother that was recalling what had happened. Later on as adults, Jesse's grandmother and the friends that were in the vehicle recounted the story many times over the years as adults. So this is a really cool article, and again, we have an incident that happened before Roswell, 1930 in Alabama. There are many stories out there that are just not being shared or told. And if this happened in 1930, if Roswell happened in 1940s, what's going on today that we are missing because we are too caught up on mummies out of Peru? I've got the link in the description. I actually emailed Cheryl Costa to let her know I was going to share the story. Cheryl said she would enjoy coming on to the show and visiting with us to give us some more stories and more information regarding UFO sightings. So folks, look forward to having Cheryl on here and talking to us about the UFO madness. And if you can, check out our blog. The link is in the description. You can check out our blog. I'm pretty sure that she has tons of information on there that would be just as fascinating as this 1930 incident. So as usual, don't forget to follow the podcast on Twitter at UFO Buster Radio, on Facebook, Manny Moonraker and UFO Buster Radio pages, and on Instagram at Manny Moonraker. And lastly, if you want to be in with the folks who participate on this podcast, check out the UBR Truth Seekers group on Facebook. We are all on there waiting for you. And keep in mind that this is about the lighter side of ufology. Yes, we take the research and the reports seriously, but we don't take the rubber dickers seriously. We probably take ourselves even less seriously. But check it out, join it, follow, invite others, like, share, do whatever you can to keep us alive. With that said, live long and prosper.